Hi, I have not been public on the internet for over 2 years. I did this because I found out about all the stuff that was going on with our government, mainly through my big awakening point was the book Transformation of America by Kathy O'Brien, which really just made me see things in a different light. I used to think celebrities were cool and that the media was a good source of information, and obviously through the past 2 years we've seen that's not the case. I've been terrified, absolutely terrified, of putting my face on the internet, and for a long time I've had a lot of blockages in my ability to speak to people, and obviously singing. Like, I'm very terrified of singing in front of other people. You know, I've been canceled many times, mainly over this transgenderism thing, knowing how wrong it is to transition children. If you can't see what's wrong with that, there's something wrong with you. I recently saw that Exclusianzik, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. If you've seen her videos, you know she was taken off the internet, which is really a shame because she's exposing, with her really good medical knowledge, what a fraud this whole thing is. So yeah, I also really like Cluniac. I've been watching your videos. You're a great guy. You know, I'm horrified. I mean, the way people just go along with that kind of thing without actually thinking about it. Not, especially with John Money and whatnot. This video is more just me, putting myself out there because I have been so terrified of just being public on the internet, just because I know how people cancel you. Also, main note, when I do talk like this, I have to burp a lot. Here it comes. It's the video burps. Every time, dude. Every time. You know. I think another thing I woke up to was I know Exclusianzik, I don't think has woken up to this, because her videos, I think the reason why they got removed was because what she is saying is so incredibly powerful for understanding why this whole transition thing has been a medical fraud. I myself used to identify as gender fluid when I was very naive and 18. But when I found out about that, what happened was that's when I started waking up to what's going on in the government, because seeing what they're doing to children, it confused me. I'm like, what is the purpose for all this funding to kind of degrade that barrier between what children can and can't do? And that's when I woke up to things like the trafficking rings, like with what Barack did and the emails that were leaked by Julian Assange and Hillary Clinton, obviously. I mean, she's mentioned in Transformation of America by Kathy O'Brien. I emailed Kathy, and I think that's partially why I've been so silent, was because just even in doing that, in these small acts, it's terrifying. It's so scary, but this has really convinced me that there is a spiritual reality, especially going through Michael Aquino's work. Like, why is he working for our government? And when I saw that, I knew I couldn't trust anything I was seeing. And I heard Mark Passio, he was, screaming like, you little child, like, you need to, um, speak out against some of the stuff and add to the choir of voices. And I just know how terrible it is. I mean, I've been so, especially with what Jay Parker said about 34 million people being in the dark occult, I've been scared for my life. And I actually, when I was skiing, for some reason, I have no idea, Secret Service, who worked with Gerald Ford, Tears tastes pretty good, by the way, Gerald Ford, who worked with Gerald Ford and Bill Clinton, who Gerald Ford is an evil person, and he confirmed that with me, that the things that they're doing, they're Satanists that are involved in the dark occult, the people who are in politics. And that's one of the questions I asked him, because I have no idea why this man met up with me, but I said, how many people are in these cults? And I said the number I'm getting is around 34 million. Every town ending in T-O-N. Like Littleton, Colorado. He said, yeah, probably more. It's a huge, it's like 10% of the population. And just, I've had a lot of blockages in speaking. I have. I think that's true of me in general. But I can't stay silent anymore. Especially with Wade. I mean, Mark Passio, props to you for screaming at me like that, because... So I'm just adding my voice to this, but... Note to Exclusianzic, I think your name is Sierra. I've heard people say Sierra. I've been in your comments talking about the mind control atrocities and how this transgenderism thing, which I firmly believed for a long time, I was open-minded to it, woke me up to the dark occult, because it just didn't make sense to me how something so unscientific, completely unscientific, like doesn't even make sense if you look at the medical literature, it's so obviously fake, could be taught in schools. And, I notice professors that I have, just people I really respect, just go along with it without thinking. Also, shout out to Posey Parker. I wear your shirts every day. I love the Thought Criminal shirt. That's another person that I think needs to make this connection, because, yeah, that was the point for me. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. Other than that, I want good things in my life. I want there to be an awakening. I want to be on the organic ascension timeline. After waking up to the dark occult, I did wake up to Super Soldiers, the Super Soldier program. In October, I'm going to the Super Soldier conference. I'm very excited about it. I know I need to learn how to use firearms, I know, there's just so many things I need to do. I want a good career in my life. I want to master art. I want to find a good relationship. I want to be happy. To anyone, I pray for my enemies and all my family, that they have safety and, happiness in their life. I don't have any bad intent for anyone. I used to dream. I used to be so afraid of dying. I thought I could live forever through videos and my art. And the moment I woke up to this, I realized I didn't die, and that you're really an eternal being. You are. There's no way that they could be doing this. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. it doesn't make any sense knowing that the FBI isn't reporting numbers on missing children, and hearing all these, like, Christy Allen talk about the satanic ritual abuse and the reasons why they're doing it. It has to do with the morphogenetic field and sending the energy along these things called ley lines, and it makes us miserable. And I always, it's kind of weird, like, I wonder if I lived on a ley line, because, I always had all this pain my whole life, and I never knew where it was coming from. And the moment I saw this, it just made sense. And I just, I really want people to wake up. And I really want humanity to be free. I'm on the side of truth. I will never tell a lie in my life, ever again, after knowing this. I've made some mistakes, not knowing that, that there is a spiritual reality really confuses you, but I think I really appreciate the work that Mark Passio is doing with natural law, because I didn't understand what morality was, and I wanted to know so badly, but there's no set guideline. Like, you don't know, I guess you could say, harm that is not done to another sentient being. That's what, I had that question a few years ago, and that was an answer I got, which kind of reflects Mark Passio's work. But yeah, I'm gonna start putting my creative material out. Starting now, I'm putting my face on things. You can see that I know about this. And I hope in this, I guess you could say an act, I mean, I'm kind of a coward and I know it, but in this act, for me, of bravery, of talking about this material, I hope it ricochets things and people wake up, and that, like, you could say God wins, or you could say at least the side of good wins, and that this evil is stomped out. I really appreciate what JP Shears has been doing. I think that's really good, because he woke up around the same time I did. I'm gonna get the burps again, dude. Every time, man, every time. Yeah, so, yeah, this has been kind of, I didn't expect to cry, but, this has been very hard for me, because, I used to do all sorts of modeling and stuff, and, I'm getting older, I don't have a relationship, and, there's so many goals I have in my life that I wanted so badly, and I think, I just kind of shut down. I guess you could say, I don't even, I woke up to Super Soldiers. I really appreciate the work Ashiana Dean is doing. That is a rabbit hole I went down pretty deep, and I was scared of the material for a while, because I didn't know what I was doing. If anyone has any information on whether or not that's true, I guess you can't really disprove or prove that material. I do find it very fascinating, because it kind of steps in the work. Shout out to Nassim Haramein, Bruce Lipton, let's see who else has impacted me, Rupert Sheldrake, kind of going hand in hand with those materials, because when I did research the material Jay Parker was putting out there, I mean, that was like the answer I was looking for the longest time. I was talking about the collective unconscious, and I was like, if Carl Jung is saying this, there has to be some sort of scientific backing to this, not just a psychological one. I wish I wouldn't have cried, because now my nose is all stuffed up. But, yeah. This is my first video for Foxy Sugarloop. I'm likely going to do voiceovers and stuff and put my research out there. I'm writing a blog. I wrote a blog on, I'm reading all the works of Michael Aquino and all the recommended readings. Given my Mark Passio, I'm going to do the whole thing going from number 1 to this and see what I get out of that, and reporting to this and what this is. I mean, I've heard a lot of different things a lot of times I don't know what to believe, but I do know that something is going on, because I don't buy that all of it is fake. That doesn't make any sense. I buy that people can give you a lot of good information and then some bad information, and then I also think there are people that tell the truth. I think Fritz Springmeier is a genius. Yeah, but also enthusiastic. I love your channel. It's so great. You're really putting good work out there, especially with these surgery videos, with your medical knowledge and understanding of what they're doing wrong, because there's so many people that should know better that are just going along with this. Yeah, and also I'm too damn pretty not to make videos, so you know, there's that. So please, I hope God sends a protection over me for knowing this information, that this helps someone wake up. Yeah. So, yeah, I want good things for anyone who's hurt me. I want good things for all the people who have been kind to me. There's so many people that have been kind to me and understanding for me, even through my worst times. So, yeah.